Fun, fun, fun with rhythm. Hi everybody, welcome to Dulcimerica. My name is Futch. Thank you for joining me. Well, the last time I spoke to you, last week, I was just about to start Kentucky Music Week here in Bardstown, Kentucky. Can I say Kentucky one more time? Kentucky, Kentucky, Kentucky. And now it's over, and what a great week this has been. The students were amazing. We made do with smaller facilities, and we just had an absolute blast. And so I decided to come on back here to the campsite and share with you a little bit of what I shared with my students this week involving creating strums to go along with your songs. Now, we're going to focus a little bit here on singing with the dulcimer as opposed to playing instrumentally. So you don't have to worry about learning melodies and all that stuff. Just play a few chords and supply a rhythm. So the first thing I'd like to share with you is a cadence. And a cadence is going to be a series of rhythms that we play. We're going to do a measure of quarter notes, 4 quarter notes, a measure of 8 notes, 8 notes, and a measure of 16 notes, 16 of those little suckers. And we're going to run them all together, just one measure after the other. And when you play this a little bit every single day, it's going to put all of those note durations, those beats, those rhythms, in the palm of your hand and develop muscle memory. It's also nice to hear the quarters, 8ths and 16ths in context next to each other, because sometimes we can get a little confused about 8ths and 16ths, where we're at in the measure, and how fast we really should be strumming. So let me go ahead and show you how that works. One measure of quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. A measure of 8 notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice I'm using a back and forth direction as opposed to strumming in one direction. 8 notes and 16 notes move pretty quickly, so using that return trip is going to help you stay on top of the game. Finally, 16 notes with the funny count: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Put them all together in a cadence like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Just like that. Do it for about 2 or 3 minutes each day, and that's really going to help you out. Now, I didn't mention the metronome yet, and a lot of people don't like them because metronomes, those darn things, they keep speeding up, slowing down. They can't keep time, can they? So working with a metronome, actually, I'm just joking, obviously. Working with a metronome is great because it's perfect, and we are not. And we can aspire to be perfect, but nobody is a perfect sequencer except for Tony Banks of Genesis. So we aspire by working with the metronome to keep us nice and straight and consistent. And then about half the time, don't work with the metronome so you can trust your inner clock. I like a nice slow tempo, like 68 beats per minute, something around about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Nice and moderate, because you know it's easy to play fast. It's not so easy to play slow because we have to be patient and wait for the notes and the beats that are in between the beats. So work with it at 68 beats per minute for half the time. The other half, go ahead and trust your inner calibration. All right, so we worked on our strum, we're working on our cadence, and now we want to just go ahead and start taking the songs that we love and putting some rhythm behind it. So I'll mention that we're not playing melody here, so what we're doing is just fully on strumming, playing chords, and we'll actually be singing. I use different rules when I'm playing instrumentals. I don't strum all the strings all the time. I focus on the melody. Melody is king, 1 strum per melody note, and when the melody is not doing anything, if it's not going anywhere, just sustaining, then I don't touch the melody string. I actually just go back and forth and create a rhythm pocket on the bass and middle string, so I don't chop into the melody string. I've taught that here on Dulcimerica before. I know for certain I'll teach it again. But this week, we're really focusing on all 3 strings all the time and see just how many dump trucks we can get passing by in this video. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think about a tune here. Oh, let me see what's a good tune. Well, you know what? We did Boil Dem Cabbage Down. Let's do Boil Dem Cabbage Down again, but this time we're going to do it and we're going to be a little creative with our rhythm. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take both hands and I want you to pretend you're listening to your favorite song on the radio and you're stuck in traffic. So what are you doing? You got that big steering wheel in front of you. You start playing the drums on the steering wheel because you know that song better than anybody and you know every single little lick. So take both hands and on your dulcimer, on the sides, gently, go ahead and start playing a little drum rick for whatever it is you want to play. Now, after you've done that and you've got the essence of the song that you're about to play, the drums, and if there are no drums, just go on what the bass and the rhythm instruments are doing, like guitars or banjos or whatever it might be that's doing the strumming. Once you get that beat in both hands, then isolate the beat to just one hand. And you don't have to use just the tap, you can use all parts of the hand. So you can do with one hand what you were already doing with two hands. The next step is to go ahead and pick up the pick, and go ahead and take that rhythm to the strings. Obviously our drum beats when we're playing with our hands stop as soon as we lift our hand and don't do it anymore. With the strings, they're actually going to string out and they're going to sustain for a little bit. But we can put some stops in there by using a palm mute by placing our hand on the strings. And when our hand is placed on the strings, we can actually do a little extra strumming. And look at that, we've got a little bit of percussion going on. Mix that with our strum. Add a few extra 8 notes and 16th notes. There's rain coming. We've done played the rain in, everybody. Now let's go ahead and get ready to play Boil Dem Cabbage Down with a bit of a funky beat. Boil them cabbage down, boys, turn them hoe cakes round. Only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Boil them cabbage down, boys, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. So you can create that same sort of fun, unique beat for every song that you play, instead of just taking a random sort of ordinary beat and placing it all the way across the song. Create your own based on what you love about the tune, or some kind of really cool beat that you like, and put it to a tune that doesn't have that beat and create something new and exciting. That's part of the fun of creating music. It's doing stuff that's already been done and doing stuff that probably has never been done before. So thank you for tuning in once again. I'll be back next week, and by that point, who knows where I'm going to be. But I can guarantee you, we'll get together again and we'll have a good time. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.